Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time Car Show, your weekly go-to all things automotive place. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
We do.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Let's get right to it, shall we? Joining us via Zoom is Angelica Brothers with Hagerty Insurance. Where in the world are you?
I am in a parking lot in an undisclosed location. I'm just leaving Cypress Cars and Coffee on 290 near 99. It was an awesome show, but it was so hot out there. So I stopped by to enjoy the AC and talk to you.
Is that like a witness protection program?
Yes, it's a witness.
Undisclosed location.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. How have you been? I haven't talked to you in forever.
I know. It's been a long, long time. But I'm getting back out to the car shows now. Now that we're back in full swing.
Are you coming to Tailpipes and Tacos next weekend? Are you going to be at the what?
I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be going to the kickoff of the Great Race in San Antonio. So I'm going to be setting up the Haggerty booth at the Alamo. I think it's at the Alamo. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Well, what about tomorrow?
Yeah, I know. Mike told me about it. I have one more event that I have to go to, but if I can swing it, I'm definitely going to go by.
No, hell no, you're going to be there because
okay,
if
we're there till 5. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, the show is 2 to 6.
Well, 2 to 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the
important people, us, we'll be there from 2 to 5.
The important people, yeah.
2 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have
All
witness
right.
protection.
Yeah, we can be here tomorrow's.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow's witness protection program. So
Yes.
and I know that you'll be serving mimosas tomorrow afternoon to cool us all off.
Of course.
I think I'd just take ice
water.
water.
Minus the orange juice.
Yeah, just lots of ice. That's for sure. Okay, so
That's it.
let's talk about Hagerty Insurance, and
Let's do it.
For those people that are joining us and really don't know too much about Hagerty Insurance, it's not an Allstate, it's not a Piedmont, it's not anything that you're probably familiar with. So please tell us what Hagerty Insurance is.
All right. Well, Conrad is very familiar with it, so if I miss anything, Conrad, you help me out. But
You're the representative.
You actually have client experience. I'm still waiting to get my own collector car. But what Hagerty does is we insure collector cars. So that's all we do. We specialize in it. It's our niche, and we only focus on covering collectors, whether that's an exotic or a classic car. We even do motorcycles are collectible, retired military vehicles, boats, but our main product is going to be, the classic car.
So collector vehicles running or not. So where do you fit into that?
Yeah, thank you.
Both. So if you have one that you're restoring, you can insure it while you're restoring it. And that way, anything you've invested into it is going to be covered for that amount.
There you go, Conrad.
Yeah, our best feature is that we have something called agreed value. So whatever your car is worth, your policy is going to say it's worth this much. We talked to you about it. We agree with you on that value. And if you have something terrible happen and you have a total loss, you're going to get that amount. So nobody's going to be depreciating that car or, trying to negotiate with you to pay less than what it's worth. So that's the biggest difference.
But this coverage is significantly less than you would go to Allstate and get it. Yeah, right. The cost.
The cost, yes, because we only focus on the collector vehicles and we know how well they're taken care of by their wonderful owners. The risk is obviously less than the car that you drive every day when you're commuting, and we're able to keep the premiums a lot lower than what you would pay to a regular company.
There's mileage restrictions on what you're
I'm just going to say, but there are certain parameters that the car has to fall into.
Yeah.
We do have underwriting guidelines, but honestly, we're very, very flexible. Our goal is to make sure that our members enjoy their cars. So if you told us that you only drive it 3,000 miles a year, but 1 year you're invited to do a rally across the country and you go above that mileage, that's fine. It's not a deal breaker or anything like that. And we don't have restrictions as far as how you use the car. If you want to take it to the grocery store, that's where you're going, and you want to drive it, that's fine. It doesn't have to be just a car show or a car parade or anything like that.
Well, one of the other things I really like about Hagerty is you can put your project car on Hagerty. So let's say, you buy a garage beater, and you're going to take, like we talked to Randy Borcherding, you're going to take a couple of years to build it. You can have it insured and have that value increase at that agreement. So the car's insured, even though it's in parts in your garage, as well as all of the parts and all of the tools that you're using to restore the car can all be covered on the same insurance policy.
Yeah, that's great.
So the car doesn't even have to be on the road, that they're going to come up with a policy that's going to fit your needs. And I think that's the coolest thing about it.
The car's got to be 20 years old, right?
It doesn't. We do new cars too.
Because they do the exotics.
Oh.
Yeah. So if the car's a 2021, I don't know if 2022 cars have come out, but if it's a 2021, we can insure it as long as it's collectible and it's not your daily driver or your primary car. So
it would be so a C8 Corvette, for example. If you're driving it every day, then that wouldn't
qualify.
Wouldn't qualify.
No. If that is the car that you take to and from the office, that's not going to qualify. But if it's your fun weekend car, we can definitely do it.
Well, what about my 2001 Corvette?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know that the problem is if you don't have another car and another policy, that's where we run into issues. So it can't be the only car. And I know you get a lot of cool cars to drive all the time, Don, but I'm working on it. I promise.
You are
I'm
not.
Don,
don't lie to me.
I've been
gonna start,
asking.
I'm gonna start calling you Mrs. Mars because you lie to me like Mars does. So there's that.
No,
Don runs into problems all the time.
You have to have another car insured somewhere else.
So let me ask you something. So if
your daily driver,
if you are supplied by your employer with a car, I guess that doesn't count either.
No, that does count as long as you have another car and we know that there's another policy with a primary.
Well, every car that I drive has its own policy. The only difference is that I just get a different one every week.
Right. It should be the same car permanently. That's the problem.
Well, I don't know who the hell came up with that rule, but you tell them I don't like it.
If all of us
it wasn't me.
Yeah.
If all of us had Don's problem of somebody giving us a brand new car once a week to test drive.
I feel really bad for him.
Yeah, you should.
So sad for you.
Yeah, but he's a
so
classic.
Sad.
He's a classic and an exotic.
That's coming from the girl who goes to all of these exotic car shows and gets to go on fun rides with all these owners and stuff as she's selling insurance, driving with some guy in his Lamborghini going down the highway.
So
I didn't think that through, Conrad.
We all have a cross to bear in life.
All right, so let's just take a 2021 McLaren, okay? A 20.
Ooh, that's a touchy subject, but go on.
Well, why? Okay, well, let's stop right there. Why is that a touchy subject?
Don
McLarens are very, very tough to insure right now, and unless you've owned a McLaren for at least a year and you have experience driving it, we can take a look at it, but you have to pretty much have a perfect driving record and meet a lot of other criteria, but it's McLaren specifically.
So
it's
because the car tends to be way more than the driver's capable of.
Correct. And I don't know the statistics as far as claims and accidents go, but I'm sure the actuaries are taking a look at that, and unless you've owned one for at least a year, then it's going to be tough.
And like the McLaren customers and the Viper customers and the the older Supra customers, they know when one of them gets totaled in how many of their style was built. So now, I may have been one of 8 and one got totaled. Well, now I'm one of 7 because that other one's gone forever. And that's actually in the McLaren world is a thought process that they go through, because they build very short build cycles of their vehicles, and they don't make a bazillion of them, so they know that there's only so many of them are out there in a period of time, and when one goes away, everybody knows about it. And I think we might have just lost Angelica. Are you still there? Nope. I think we might have lost her. Mars dropped her again.
Oh,
I didn't touch it.
no, he didn't touch it. He just went blank.
No, we're just going to continue the theme. It's Mars' fault. He gives us wrong information and all of that.
I can live with that today.
Are you feeling like you're right at home?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
We should insure Don because he's an exotic classic.
I am.
But George said
And he's over 20.
You should ask about your Chevette, Don,
My Chevette. I've never owned a Chevette.
or your Pajero.
No, I don't have that. We haven't talked to them in a long time.
I was thinking that the other day too.
We need to because the last time we talked to them, there was snow on the ground up there in the Great Northwest.
And their city is still burning.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be Portland.
Yeah.
Are they in Portland?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I thought they're in Seattle.
I thought they were Seattle too. But whatever, it
Seattle?
doesn't
Not
make any
Portland.
difference. They're out there on the left coast.
Yes.
North left.
Yes. But we, would love. What is their names?
Mercedes and Andy.
Mercedes and Andy.
Pajerno.
No, it's not. See,
Lilienthal.
Lilienthal. Thank you. They're always making fun of me. In my memory.
They were actually
it's
in
not
Austin
just
here
me.
not long ago.
Yeah, they did make a
doing
trip.
a drive down. They came in and there was another
Pajero.
import that was coming in that they were going to start to bring into the country. And so they were down here doing a quick test drive.
And
I
they
saw
didn't
some
stop
of
by and see us.
Well, it was one of those, best I could tell, they kind of came in on Tuesday, drove on Wednesday, and they were out of here.
Well, remember, they would be very good Hagerty customers because they're always looking to buy that 20-year-old
Right.
or older Japanese domestic market
yes,
vehicle.
but they drive them too much.
Oh, well, but they have other cars.
It's like a 5,000 mile a year.
Well, she
kind of
said
limit.
36 to whatever they agree upon. Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's about 5,000 miles a year.
Gino, we crack ourselves up, too.
Well, yeah.
She's back.
Is she back?
Well, let's see. Let me make sure we got the audio. No.
Yeah. What we need, we're going to wind up with audio from Mars or something.
Mike Mars.
Mike Mars.
So Becky's going to be talking to us. We'll all be in trouble.
No, it's all his fault.
Becky likes you? Becky can't like you. She knows you.
That's true. She does know me.
She's seen you drinking.
Well, at
God.
least
We got her
she
back.
saw it. She
She's
saw
back.
me.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
it.
you're back now. Did your battery die?
Nope. Apparently my phone overheated. I told you it was hot.
Yeah, you're
God.
holding it up there in the sun. It'll do that. It will.
I'm about to fix it. I'm covering it up. How's that?
Put it in front of the AC vent.
Yes. Good idea.
So
Done.
yes.
All right, there you are.
There you go. Yeah, let's put it in front of the AC
Sorry
vents
about that.
so the air goes across the microphone. We can't hear what she's saying.
Like, I really went away because Don was yelling at me.
I'm not yelling
My
at you.
feelings got hurt.
Now you know how we
That's
feel.
the truth.
Every Saturday,
He does
that's
it
how
to
we
us
feel.
all the time. He's like the team mom.
That's right. I am
That's
the den mother.
Yeah. Trying to herd cats here on the show.
We're going to sneak out at night.
So how much less is Hagerty Insurance than, say, for instance, Allstate?
Or any of them.
Well, it depends, but our average price for a classic car is about $500 to $600 a year.
A year. Some
Yes.
people are spending $500 to $600 a month to insure their cars.
Yes, they are.
With a payment, too.
And,
Yeah, back in the
It's like-
day.
But that's somewhat the difference between your daily driver that's exposed to idiots on the road versus
Right.
your classic car that they try and limit your exposure, but there's still idiots on the road. I'm always seeing these pictures of somebody who's '69 Camaro got smashed from the rear because somebody was looking at the car and not thinking about stopping.
Well,
on their
either
phone.
that or their phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, the phones. But it depends. And like Conrad said, if your regular insurance company is great to handle your daily driver, but obviously it's more risk. You're out there all the time,
So
that's going to be more expensive.
So who do you call to get Hagerty Insurance? You don't call you.
You can call me. I can get it done, except for you, Don. 'Cause you don't have-
And if Don buys
Everybody else can call me, though.
and if Don buys a McLaren, you still can't help him.
And he needs to get done.
No.
But I mean, do you write the policy or does somebody else write the policy?
No. The way it works is if somebody calls me and wants to get a quote, I get their information, but I have an underwriter that I actually work with, and he's assigned to the whole state of Texas. So he handles all of our new business. But we also have the 800 number, and you can talk to any of our licensed agents at the 800 number. They're all remote right now because of COVID, so we have people all over the country. And then we have the website as well, so you can go on, create your own quote, and a lot of times it's going to get issued right then and there through the website. If an underwriter has questions about your car, they'll give you a call and complete that application.
So they don't actually have to look at the vehicle. They can go off of information
No.
that you send them.
Most of the cars that we insure, we don't have to have pictures on anymore if they fit the perfect profile. So if you have, a true classic, the example I always use is like a 65 Mustang, and it's not modified, it's stock. We don't need pictures. If it's something that's highly modified or, we just have more questions about it, we'll ask you for, front and back pictures, maybe pictures of your trunk to make sure you don't have nitrous oxide in there or any other kind of special
Modifications, yeah.
extra horsepower. Yeah.
So
we make it easy.
So nitrous.
Yes.
Do you not insure cars that have nitrous?
No.
Okay.
Too risky. They go too fast.
But somebody that's got a modified engine, maybe even a blown engine, with a blower on it, you'll
those definitely have to be underwritten a little bit more, and
but it's possible
some of
that
them may be tough. It's possible.
yeah, because you get into like 32 Fords and stuff. Blowers are real popular, sticking up out.
Yes.
Of it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a definite no, but if you have a question, we definitely have underwriters to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Interesting.
But we do have limitations on horsepower at a certain, level. But most classics are pretty easy to insure. And we never ask for appraisals either. So that makes it a lot easier because you don't have to pay. I don't know what an appraisal goes for, but I've heard they're over $300. So
definitely over.
So scenario is I'm at a Mecum or I'm at a Barrett Jackson and I buy a $200,000 car, and the first thing I'm going to do is look for transportation and insurance. So is that something you can do there on the spot?
Most of the time we can. If it's a Sunday, it may be a little tough. If it's, if you need to get it the same day, just because we don't have anybody in home office. But most of our policies are straight through processing, which means they get issued right then and there.
Hey, we look forward to seeing you soon. Now that the COVID thing is off, and tomorrow down at Pearland at Bayway Chevrolet.
Okay, I'll see you there.
Thank you so much. Good to talk to you. We'll talk to you soon.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Angelica Brothers with Hagerty Insurance. It's always good to talk to her.
Yep.
And
Always find out
it's
something
interesting. Yeah, we always find out something new about the limitations of insurance and what it is they can write a policy on, what they can't.
Right. And that was today, a few things that they can't. I learned a few things about them. And she's got a pretty good connection into the car culture. Well,
everybody in town knows her because she's usually at most of the events at some point or another.
Yeah, it's like she was out at Coffee and Cars earlier this morning and making rounds like that. So,
got a couple of news stories I want to get in. Parkopedia's parking and payment services will now be available to Toyota and Lexus brand vehicles in North America. The new Park with Parkopedia service will cover locating, reserving, and paying for off-street parking in 2018 model year or newer Toyota and Lexus vehicles, according to a statement issued this week. The app is integrated into the Toyota and Lexus smartphone apps and vehicle infotainment systems and can be downloaded via Apple or Google Play. Toyota will use Parkopedia's payment platform to handle payments with coverage across major parking providers, including 60,000 off-street locations and more than 6,000 reservable locations in the United States. Parkopedia. I'd never heard of that before.
Read that last paragraph again.
Why?
Parkopedia.
Peter Piper picked a peck of
peppers. Yeah, I got that.
Peckers.
That's good. What?
Yeah, they're real big over in Europe. They're
never
making
heard
their
of
way
it.
over here. Yeah, I think mainly Sweden and Norway kind of places.
GM will build some 2021 full-size pickups and SUVs without the automatic start-stop fuel-saving feature. Yes, because of the global microchip shortage, according to the automaker. The feature, which turns off the engine when the vehicle is not moving, will no longer be available on select models of the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban, the GMC Yukon and Yukon XL, and Cadillac Escalade and Escalade ESV SUVs.
They're going to strip that out of there.
It will also be unavailable on certain light-duty Chevy Silverado and GMC pickup trucks.
Now, I read that story, and I wondered, is that all they're missing by not putting that chip in there?
They're saving the chip for
Well,
use
some cars
elsewhere.
have got 15, 20 chips in them.
Well, I understand, but if that chip is only doing that and you're holding up your whole production and shutting down plants because of that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Zip that thing out of
So
there.
did you hear that GMC Silver and Sierra and Silverado ran on a under 20 days supply for the month of May?
That's not surprising.
That's unbelievable how tight the inventories were.
A couple of other stories. The 2022 Chevy Corvette on sale this year will come with an upgraded fuel system. Additional colors and special editions similar to racing models to meet a new particulate emissions requirement.
Oh, my gosh. Please
GM had to re-engineer much of the engine and fuel management systems, he said.
Particulate.
But the 2022 model maintained 490 horsepower or 495 horsepower on available performance exhaust systems. The 22 models also come in 3 new exterior colors: hypersonic gray, caffeine, and amplify orange tint coat.
And the IMSA GTLM special edition car.
The coupe model start at $62,195. Chevy revealed the special edition model this Wednesday ahead of the Detroit Grand Prix today. Chevy's returning to the Detroit track for the first time in 13 years. Chevy canceled the remaining 2021 allocations, and customers who ordered a 2021 model that has not been built will now get a 2022 instead.
Probably with a price increase as well.
I don't know. Probably.
So you heard Toyota announced 7 new vehicles coming to the showroom in the next couple of months. The biggest one is a Corolla SUV. So they're going to put that name Corolla on an SUV.
I got a real problem with that, and I didn't know it until I had the Mustang Mach-E. And the story that I read last weekend that compared the Mustang Mach-E to the Mustang automobile. No.
Yeah,
it's the same name, but it has no relationship to each other. No, there's no motor, electric motor in a Mustang per se, but there is in the. What?
Yeah. So the other thing within these 7 vehicles, one of the new vehicles is the Prius Nightshade. It's an all blacked out Prius, wheels, exterior trim and stuff, and they actually introduced it on International Goth Day.
Murdered out Prius.
All right, that's just great. We got more. We're going to wrap up today's NWIL Times Car Show right after this, so stay with us.
Houstonian-owned Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the most sought-after models in the Houston area today. When you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, you now have a place to go. General Manager Lincoln Stahl guarantees Bayway will beat any competitor's written price on the new vehicle you choose or pay you $1,000. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is easy to get to on Highway 225 near Beltway 8 in Pasadena. Whether it's online or in person, you're welcome like one of the family. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com. Tailpipes and Tacos expands again. Now you'll be able to participate at 3 Loopy Tortilla locations. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier Saturday morning cruise-in, featuring made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and good times. Mark your calendar for Saturday, June 19th for Tailpipes and Tacos, now at 3 Loopy Tortilla locations. Highway 249 in Tomball, West U on 59 near Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. At Tailpipes and Tacos, you'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at 3 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy, Tomball, and West U. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, June 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Real Time Car Show will be broadcasting from the Katy location. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday morning, June 19th, 8 to 11 a.m., now at 3 locations, Tomball, Katy, and West U, weather permitting. You see all the new ceramic car wash cleaners on TV now, but John Gray at Gulf Coast Auto Shield has been using ceramic coatings on Houston's most expensive cars for years, and he'll tell you that nothing beats the real thing. Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs a coating over your paint that actually comes with a warranty. If you just picked up your Lambo, your Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, any other exotic car, chances are your car will have company that have already found Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Now, you don't have to own an exotic. Maybe you got a truck, an SUV, or even an older vehicle that needs a little love. Well, let John Gray give it a look and give you an estimate on refurbishing that paint and making your vehicle look new again. How about getting a gift certificate for the wife's birthday or anniversary from Gulf Coast Auto Shield and tell her, honey, I know you love your car, so why don't we get it looking new again? It'll be the best gift ever, one that she'll never forget. Get hold of John Gray at gcautoshield.com or give him a call, 832-264-0670. Gulf Coast Auto Shield.
Well, that's it for this episode of the In Real Time Car Show. When you're on Facebook, please give us a like, tell your friends about us, and share our junk. You'll get Conrad's unicorn hunting features along with all things automotive all week long. The In Real Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and on InRealTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast outlet. Special thanks to all of our guests today, some of which didn't show up. The In Real Time Chief Engineer is David Ainsley. Our Marketing Manager and Video Technical Director, we need more, Jeff Zekin. For booking agent and podcast man Mike Out of This World Mars is Royalty King Conrad DeLong. I'm Don Armstrong. Hey, be sure and join us each and every Saturday for our 3-hour live broadcast across a multitude of audio and video streaming platforms right here on the Smoke and Mirrors Network. Today's show is produced by Heather Locklear. Mark your calendar to join us for our special broadcast from the Wheelchair for Warriors Car Show at Bayway Chevrolet tomorrow, Sunday, June 13th, from 2 to 5 p.m. Or better yet, come on out. Next Saturday, we'll be live from Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex parking lot from 8 to 11 a.m. That's it. So long for now. Have a super-duper weekend.